Our next reader is an experienced editor and one of the best poets in North Carolina, for my money. I had the privilege of being one of her classmates in the MFA program at Queen's University of Charlotte. I'd like to introduce none other than the lovely and talented Susan Leffler.
I'd like to begin with the poem of mine that's in here called Winter Morning Breakdown. The arc of the earth tilts and light begins, like the glow of a clock in a dim room. Day does not break so much as unfold itself in stages, as if an old washerwoman crouched and hauled the white clothes from a tub, hand over hand, wringing out each garment, hanging it high above the mountain. Next, she draws the pink gowns up, and then the orange bright socks and gloves. At last, she goes to pinning up the sun, sets it adrift between two winter trees. Light stretches toward the spot where one star shone a breath ago. Day comes like an ember ready to catch. The stain of sun spreads while a small wind stirs. Birds wake up. Morning scatters across the peaks. Wind lifts slow and easy from the mountain, and the old woman shouts to the banjo picker hidden in the trees, "Break it down, son, break it on down." Read where you don't have to explain what a breakdown is. There are poets from all over the place in Charlotte, and sometimes that's not true. The next poem is by my friend, dear friend, Peg Bresnahan, and she and Pat and I have the great joy and pleasure of being in a writers group together. And Peg at the moment is wandering around somewhere in China with her husband Dan. They're intrepid travelers. And 2 years ago, they went to Cuba. And the poem that I'm about to read is quite authentic and based on experience she and Dan had, but that grew out of Castro's era in Cuba. Not that it's over, but anyway, you'll get it. And I was at Peg's when she was first trying to, just telling me about this experience. And trying to sort of figure out how in the world she was going to get it on the page. It's called Asteria's Dinner Party, Havana, 2013. Castro, naked, save his army cap, sketched and lined into stark white porcelain. Women, knees and legs so far apart, their toes could span each end of Cuba. Poses ape the Kama Sutra. $1,000 buys a plate, set on tables in a courtyard of lemon trees and fig, fixed to a wall behind the buffet, 54 copulating Fidels. I look, try not to look blasé. Asteria's Delphic drawings, a dictator screwing his country every which way. Where to place the shredded flank steak in tomato sauce, the yellow rice, fried potato balls, the yucca.